Like, you could be brown, you could be white, you could be yellow. It's just a mindset, dog. And it's just something that's been spreading like wildfire. And it's crazy because technology, I feel like that shit is the devil, but I feel like in this case, it's kind of a blessing because it gives people from different angles of the world to see what the hell is going on for real at any given time. So I feel like that part is the best use to help exploit the racism going on in the world. As far as like police brutality, not really brutality, just really racial profiling is really my thing, bro. I remember I used to be walking home from college, just walking down the street, having me pulled over because I'm black, and they say, oh, you're in a dangerous neighborhood. I'm like, bro, I go to college right up the street, or I'll be driving to Eastvale. Couldn't even look at a cop without getting pulled over because, I'm a black man in a Lexus. So honestly, it's just racial profiling. That's really what I deal with. And like I was telling the cops at the protest, like, what's it going to take for things to change? Like, I would hate to say it, but like, is it going to have to be another Blue Lives Matter march for things to really change, or somebody else going to have to get killed for it to be a change? The thing is, there should never have to be a next time there's a protest. Maybe next time we can get better. It should be getting better yesterday. You feel me? So that's why we step out and we protest and we just use our voices, because we obviously ain't getting hurt all the way.
And how many days did protesting out there last?
Let's see. Started, I want to say it's been 4 days, 5 days going strong out here in the IE.
And
we started off in, oh, my bad, go ahead, boss.
No, finish.
I was about to say, I know we started off in Eastvale, migrated over to Long Beach. The next day, that same day, came back to Corona, and then from Corona went to Riverside, and then from Riverside on out to Newport. So, yeah, it's about 4 days, 5 days strong.
And how were you received at all the different protests in different cities?
I mean, honestly, bro, it's all love, and it doesn't matter the race, the time of day. Everybody's here for the same reason. That's because the police brutality just needs to stop. Racial profiling needs to stop. Racism needs to stop, and somebody has to do something about it as far as like a higher up, because people down low looking up, we're tired of it. And I can only say, like, people just over time we adapt, bro. So it's just like, if things don't get better on our terms, we're going to make things better. And when I say we, I don't mean just black people. I mean like we the people, like us as a community, us as a species as humans. You know what I mean? Like, things have to get right. So it's just like, through the power of the protest, through the power of social media, everybody has that trigger to make the change.
And as far as you've seen, because they've had people who say, oh, they're looting, oh, they're rioting. What do you say to those people based off your experience?
I say to those people, so you say the people that are saying, oh, the people that are protesting are looters, or am I saying it to the looters themselves?
Well, the
you say people that view the protest as like, oh, are we doing the looting?
Yeah, the first part, what do you say to the people who say that protesters are looters and rioters?
Okay.
And then the second part, what do you say to looters?
Okay, but so I say to people that think that all we do is protest, like all we do is loot, I say, they can 2 kids in a bucket and fuck it. Like, that's not what we're here for. We're not here to destroy our own community. We're here to put our voices out. We love our community. We support our own community. The businesses out here, we shop and eat here and travel through here every day. Why we want to destroy that? They had nothing to do with the racial profiling and the BS going on. Now, looting that goes on, yeah, that is some total BS. I can't speak for that, and I do not stand for that. What we stand for in our community, we just want to be heard. We want to be protected. We want to be felt like, our police are for us and with us. So it's just like, if we could feel like that, we could be safe in our community, we could have all the peace in the world. But until we feel like the police are one with us, we can't have no peace. Now, for the looters out there that are out here just, picking up free whatever, free TVs, free wigs, free stuff that you could honestly pay for through your 9-to-5 or through your unemployment checks, that's got to stop, because that's not proving nothing but y'all just greedy. And that's honestly what started this whole COVID-19 thing. Everybody was greedy on some nasty stuff. That's a whole different topic, whole different story. But it's like I said, as far as the looting goes and the vandalism, that's going to affect the protesting abilities in a negative way, because pretty soon they're just going to shut it all down. And you already see martial laws getting into full effect. So it's just like you're itching and scratching into that agenda, and you're affecting our agenda, because we just want to have our voices heard. We want to protest in peace all night till the sun comes up. But if you guys keep looting, keep stealing, keep vandalizing, police are going to put y'all with us, and we got to go home just like y'all do. And we got to get shot just like you guys do, and we got to get labeled just like you guys do. So that's not fair to us. And like I said, it's a cold world that we live in, so where we get mixed in with the bad. But 9 times out of 10, if you see on the news, you see who's really vandalizing, you see who's really looting, and you see who's really protesting. You feel me? So everything in the dark comes to light, man. That's just how I feel about it.
And what is your fear, ultimately, with the situation with the police?
My fear, ultimately,
Yeah.
my ultimate fear, as far as in today's world, is raising a young black child. And I could say, if I was Hispanic, I'd say basically a young minority child. That's my biggest fear in today's age, because I never know what's going to happen as soon as him or her leave the house, or as soon as we leave the house. We're not safe when we leave. We don't know when we're coming back, type shit, and it should never be like that. I remember growing up as a kid. I used to love going outside, knocking on my neighbor's door. Hey, can so-and-so come outside to play? Meet me at the green box. We have to play tag with everybody else. Kids, we can't do that these days. Too much weird shit going on the TV. It's too much BS going on outside. It's not even safe to be outside. So it's just that's my biggest fear, bro. Now, as far as like my biggest fear outside with this whole police thing is that it doesn't stop. That's my biggest fear, is that it's not going to stop. Is they're going to, they're going to make an example out of it. Okay, you guys wanted justice for it. Here's one example of justice. I say probably months later, the same BS is going to happen. Because I don't know if you follow social media. I'm pretty sure you do, because you're a pretty popular station. But you still see police brutality, police bullshit, racism going on. Our own president's hiding out in a bunker, talking shit on Twitter. Like, everything is literally like it's a bad dream and a joke right now. That's my biggest fear, that people don't wake up and make the change that we need to make so that we can get back on track to how life used to be.
And to anyone who is thinking about going out there to protest, or maybe just kind of falling back but still supportive, what do you say to those people?
I say don't be scared, and don't travel alone. Take all precautions. Make sure you bring water. Make sure got your mask on. Make sure you at least get your chance to talk to the police. Don't be scared. Like, you have your amendments, you have your rights. But like I said, don't be acting an ass and don't be acting a fool. Show some respect. It's okay to raise your voice and stuff. You got your right. But like I said, don't be looting, don't be vandalizing. That's all the police they don't want that, because we don't got time for that. And maybe you'll find out that some policemen, some Supremes, some officers, they agree with the reason why we protest. Now, that honestly, hearing that from some of the Supremes, from the higher ups, that actually made me feel like a little better reason to protest, because like, all right, cool, y'all with us. Even though y'all won't voice it out loud, you'll tell me this personally. And that makes me feel a little bit better as a human being. Like, all right, cool, there's more than just the minority that's with it. So, like I said, to the protesters out there that are scared or, on the edge about it, take that leap. Let your voice be heard. You might change the world.
And with that, I mean, with what you've seen globally, people are coming together. And with this recent case with George Floyd, what are your thoughts on that? How did you feel when you first saw that video?
Man, honestly, to be honest, I saw the video. Actually, I watched it again today. I seen a full extended video today, and it still makes me sad, man, because just the fact that no protocol was taken and everything that was done to arrest that man was done wrong. Like, he was on the back of his head for X amount of minutes. That's not even humanely sane. Like, everybody in the world has a conscience, you know what I'm saying? We all know right from wrong, and everybody knows that I was wrong. People screaming in the video, that's wrong, that's wrong. The cop standing in front of him saying he's all right or whatever he was trying to say to calm the crowd down, he was wrong for that. And like, my feelings for that, man, they carry a deep ways, man. Like, it hits home, because just 4 years ago we were protesting hands up, don't shoot. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's that time for people to really use what we can use to either get out there and vote and make the change in our communities and our mayor, voting for the mayors, all that, because it all starts at home. You feel me? And my thoughts on George Floyd, my biggest regrets go out to his family, and my condolences go out to his family. And to those 4 or 5 cops, everybody meets their maker. You know what I mean? So I can't. Honestly, I could wish bad on these fools. I can tell you how I really feel, but and that's a whole other conversation, a whole other talk show. But it's hard to just keep seeing black people, minorities getting murked on TV, bro. And it's just like it's like we're an example. You know what I mean? Like, it's beyond scary at this point. Like I said, I can't even drive down the street in my own town, bump my own music without looking at a cop and thinking I'm doing something suspect. Knowing I went to college, my license is clean, never been convicted felon, never been to jail type shit. But they don't know that all I see is a black man in a Lexus. So it's just like it hits home. You know what I mean? And it's shocking that it still happens in today's age.
Anything you want to leave to the audience and anyone in the sports world, anything in general you have to say?
Yeah, man. If you could be a part of the change, be the change. Don't be scared to speak up. It's the 21st century. Like, history repeats itself, and it's literally time for somebody somewhere to be the change. whether that's me, whether that's you, whether that's somebody listening right now, somebody on the live podcast right now, somebody somewhere is able to be the change that the world needs. And hopefully, I pray for it every day that change is found and used. And that's it, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you for your candor and for telling your story.
100, bro. Thanks for having me, dog. You guys stay safe and stay COVID-free out there, brother.
Likewise.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace. Thank you, Terrain, for calling in. Again, I'm going to be talking about NFL things and things that are happening in sports, but ultimately, tonight is for y'all. Nice for anybody who feels like they need to call in. The number the number is 1-310. Hold on 1 second. Whoops. Number is crap, I just had it. Bear with me, y'all. So the number is 1-310-693-4300. Feel free to call in. Speak your piece. It's open forum, y'all. We talk about having uncomfortable conversations in certain spaces, and honestly, that's what this podcast was. One of the reasons why this podcast exists, because we felt like we wanted to have important conversations in places that didn't want the conversation to be had. Pete being Mexican, me being black, him growing up in the IE, me growing up in East Oakland, LA, him moving out to, Northridge and LA and living in Hawthorne. I give him shit about being a South Bay gentrifier, but, those are just jokes. But what we both clearly have in common, we've both been victims of white supremacy, victims of police brutality. Even when we were playing sports was an escape. Sports is an escape. How many young black athletes do you hear about dying from gun violence? Young black men just dying from police brutality. And one of the few things they have to hold on to is either their faith, their family, football or basketball, whatever sport they play. These are things that they deal with. These are things we deal with on this podcast. For example, and again, I'm going to say the phone number again. Anyone who wants to call in, the number is 1-310-693-4300. And another thing, this episode, it feels like a downer, but honestly, some of y'all are kind of getting, if you didn't already know, an inside look of what it's like to be a black person, in particular, in my case, a black male in America, in the world. I honestly, and what I want y'all to, when you listen back to this, hear what Terrain didn't say. I asked him what he feared the most. He didn't say death. He said bringing life into this world, looking after it, knowing this world don't care about him and what he had to go through. Now imagine how black children everywhere feel. Young black athletes who get peddled and pushed into college for their athletic prowess, but then you don't value them off the field. That is a serious issue. And that is a betrayal on every level